to today's video. In today's video, we are going to look at how to minimize the fuel consumption in your car. Yes, in our last video, we talked about how to control your car when the brake fails. And today's video is going to do something also very useful, which will help all of us. In my country, Ghana, fuel prices are increased at least twice or even 3 times before the year ends. So if you have a car that is already a car that drains fuel and you don't have enough money on you, it means you may have to park your car and use public transport, which may not be so convenient. So let's look at how we can minimize the fuel consumption in our cars. I have a list here which I'll make it very brief for all of us. So the first on my list is you have to make sure that the filter is always neat. So at a point in time, my car started draining fuel more than necessary, and I took it to the mechanic. So they used their diagnostic machine to check and everything was okay, but the guy told me to check my filter. So I asked him to open for us to see, and when I opened it, I noticed that the filter was even almost damaged. So he asked me to buy a new one or clean it. So he cleaned it for me, and I noticed later on that the drainage and the consumption of my fuel has reduced. Yeah, so that was how I got to know that the filter plays a role. Secondly, you don't have to put so much weight on your car. So maybe the boot has spare parts of the car, and then it has other goods that makes the car heavier. The more heavy the car, the more fuel it will consume. So if you have stuffs in the boot that you may not need immediately, to be advisable that you put them at home until maybe you need them before you put them back into the car, because it will always help in draining your fuel. One other thing that drains fuel is the usage of the air condition. So if you have the option of putting it off whilst you are parked, you can always do it that way so that you don't drain your fuel as fast as you may not like. So let's move to the point 4. As I said, I want the video to be very snappy. The 4 is about filling the tank to the full. Yes, if you are filling your fuel tank, make sure you fill it to the full, because if you fill it halfway or less, it will drain the fuel faster. Then the 5th point is you have to make sure your exhaust is in good shape or works well. So if the exhaust is faulty, you see that it puts pressure on the engine. The car doesn't even move as fast as it should, and it puts pressure on the engine whilst maybe climbing a hill or even whilst driving. So with the force being put on the engine, that will also cause drainage of more fuel. So the 6th point I have here is that you should check your oil. Regularly checking or changing your oil keeps your engine clean and gives your vehicle better gas mileage. That is very true. Even in smaller cars, if you are not careful and your engine is having dirty oil in it all the time, there is a likelihood of you breaking down the engine. So let's now move to the 7th point, and that will be packing up when you feel you are not moving anytime soon. Yeah, and there's one thing most people don't take note of when buying their car. One useful point is to buy a car that is fuel efficient. That's very important. To me, my car's engine is 1.0 capacity, and it's very good for my pocket and good for my location also, because it's a small car. Yes, so when buying a car, try to buy one that is fuel efficient. And then the 9th point I have here is that you have to try to keep tires inflated to the correct pressure. Yes, if your tires are not inflated to the correct pressure, it can also reduce your fuel drastically. Then the 10th point is avoid uphill increases. When climbing a hill, the engine is already working very hard to overcome gravity. Pushing it harder by stepping on the gas is simply a waste of fuel. That's very true, especially in automatic transmission cars. When you are climbing hills and you are forcing it, it means the more you force it, the more fuel to be draining. Yeah. So this brings us to the end of our video. I hope this is useful to you. Try them and see, and bring me comments in the comment section about your outcome after using these tips. And then if you know any other way that you can save fuel, let me know in the comment section. I have a bonus point for you after the video, so don't go anywhere. Thanks for watching, and do subscribe to the channel.